Hey everyone, and welcome to the second mystery amigurumi along. Before we get into this one, I do want to say thank you all for your feedback and constructive criticism on the first one. I have taken, all of your input and implemented it into this second version, so hopefully things will be a little bit improved going forward. That being said, if you have any further feedback or constructive criticism, please feel free to put that down in the comments. Give me a sec, I have a ferret scratching at my feet. Can you behave while I'm filming, please? You're just determined to be a bugger today, aren't you? Come here. Come here. Alright, you know what? Here, have the blanket. Should the ferret decide to behave herself for 5 minutes, we can actually get started here today. We're going to kick things off with the materials and supplies list. For this particular mystery amigurumi along, you are going to need 8-ply or DK weight yarn in the following colours. Colour A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So that is 7 colours all up. You're also going to need the basic amigurumi making supplies such as scissors, stitch markers, a needle, pins, and some stuffing. For this specific pattern, you don't need safety eyes, but you can include them if you'd like. And in that case, given the recommended yarn weight and hook size, I would recommend maybe a 14mm or so sized eye, but again, they are going to be optional because we'll be crocheting a pair of eyes. Is that giving too much information away? This is supposed to be a mystery pattern. Anyway, so back to the colour choices for this pattern. What I've chosen to do based on the feedback I did receive in that first video series is put the quote-unquote proper colours for this thing that we're going to be making down in the description, and I'm going to put them like at the very bottom, right out of the way, where no one can stumble upon them accidentally. So if you would like to make this accurately, you can just head down to the description and check out what colors you will need. If you would like to play into the mystery elements, you can choose whatever colors you like, but I do have a couple of recommendations in that case as well. For colour A, which is going to be sort of our main colour, the bulk of the piece is going to be crocheted using this colour, I have chosen orange. Now, the colour A itself doesn't really matter. It's more what you choose to pair with it. So in this case, your colour B, I would highly recommend that be a lighter shade than your colour A, your main colour. And outside of that, the only other recommendation I would make is with, which colour is it? Colour D. I would recommend colour D be a light neutral, specifically either a cream or a white. You could get away with a light shade of another colour, depending on, what other colours you choose to use in this pattern. But for the most part, I would recommend either a cream or a white. They're the only recommendations I'm going to give. But now that I've imparted all that information to you, we can carry on to the video, and we're going to kick things off with part A. Alright, we're going to kick things off here with piece A, and for that you're going to need your 4mm hook as well as your colour B yarn. We'll start off round 1 by putting 6 single crochet in a magic circle. And then round 2 is going to be 6 single crochet. So we're just single crocheting into each stitch from the previous round. And 6. For round 3, we're going to start with 1 single crochet. And I like to pop my stitch marker in there. And then we're going to do an increase in the next stitch. And then we're going to repeat that pattern twice more. So all up, we're doing 1 single crochet, 1 increase, repeated 3 times. tuck you in there so you don't get in my way and annoy me. Now round 4 is going to be 2 single crochet, 1 increase repeated 3 times. Now at the end of round 4, you should have 12 stitches in total in your round. And round 5 is going to be 1 single crochet, 1 increase, but this time repeated 6 times. For round 6, we're also going to do 1 single crochet, 1 increase, but this time we're repeating it 9 times. Now at the end of round 6, we should have 27 stitches total in our round. Rounds 7, 8 and 9 are each going to be 27 single crochet. So that's 3 rounds of just single crochet. Round 10 is 8 single crochet and an increase repeated 3 times. At the end of round 10, you should have 30 stitches in total in your round, and then rounds 11 and 12 are each going to be 30 single crochet. Or to make this a bit easier, you can just do 60 single crochet consecutively. After round 12, from this point onwards, we're going to work in rows instead of rounds. But the step before that is to join this piece together. So for round 13, you're going to fold your piece in half. So all you need to do to achieve that is just press it flat like so. And you want to keep your hook at the end. So your hook shouldn't be like in the center here. We want that right on the end. For row 13, we're going to do 15 single crochet, joining these 2 halves together. So if you need to, just double check that you do in fact have 30 stitches total, otherwise this is not going to work out. So to begin, we want to go into the first stitch from the previous round. So we're going to put our hook under the front and back loop there, but instead of yarning over and pulling through, we're going to instead maneuver our hook straight out of the last stitch. So you open it up, you can see the last stitch there. We want to push our hook right out of that. So we've essentially worked into stitch 1 and to stitch 30. Once you've gone through both stitches, yarn over, pull through both, and then we're going to yarn over again, pull through the 2 loops on your hook to finish the single crochet. So that is the first single crochet of row 13. And then we're just going to repeat this joining process all the way along until we've done it for 15 stitches. So to crochet the second one, we're going to go into stitch 2, out of stitch, or what would have been stitch 29 on the other side, and then single crochet them together. And then the next one, we go into stitch 3, out stitch 28 at the back here, single crochet, and we're just going to repeat that along. And I'm going to give the ferret a little bit of a scolding for making noise. Tilly! And then the last one, 15. And that is row 13 complete, and as you can see, we've joined the 2 sides of what was the open piece together. For row 14, we're going to start off by chaining 1 and turning our work, and then we're going to do a single crochet 2 together, followed by 11 single crochet and another single crochet 2 together. To crochet a single crochet 2 together, you're going to go into the next stitch, or the first stitch in this case, yarn over and pull through, and at that point you should have 2 loops on your hook. Go into the stitch after that, the second stitch, yarn over and pull through, and now you should have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over for a final time and pull through all 3. That was our first single crochet 2 together. We're going to follow this with 11 single crochet. And then after that 11th single crochet, we're going to do another single crochet 2 together. So again, just go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on the hook, go into the last stitch, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on the hook this time, yarn over again, and pull through all 3. So that was row 14. For row 15, we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and then do single crochet 2 together, 9 single crochet, and finish on another single crochet 2 together. Row 16, chain, turn, single crochet 2 together, followed by 7 single crochet, and then single crochet 2 together. Okay, after round 16, we should have 9 stitches in our row, and then rows 17 through to 21 are each going to be 9 single crochet. Row 22, chain, turn, do single crochet 2 together, followed by 5 single crochet, then another single crochet 2 together. Round 23, chain, turn, and 7 single crochet. Row 24, chain, turn, single crochet 2 together, followed by 3 single crochet, then another single crochet 2 together. And then row 25, which is the final row, chain, turn, and do 5 single crochet. Once you finish row 25, we are going to need to leave a yarn tail for sewing here, but this one, it needs to be a bit longer. To kind of find the exact length you need, what I like to do is just wrap my working yarn around my piece about 2.5 times. Sometimes this ends up a little bit too long, but I prefer to have a bit extra yarn than to fall short. So about that, and then you're just going to like snip it off there and pull up. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. But then pull up with your hook. There we go. And that is piece A complete. For piece B, you're going to need your 3mm hook as well as your colour C yarn. We're going to start this one off with 4 single crochet in a magic circle for round 1. Then round 2 is also 4 single crochet. Round 3 starts with an increase, and then we're going to follow this with 3 single crochet. Round 4 is just 5 single crochet. Round 5 is 1 increase and then 4 single crochet. Round 6 is 6 single crochet. For round 7, we're going to start off with 2 increases in a row. So increase in the next stitch, and then we're also going to increase in the stitch after that. And then we're going to follow this second increase with just 4 single crochet. And then the final row of piece B is round 8, and for round 8 we're just going to do 8 single crochet. 1, 2, and after round 8 we're going to need to leave a tail for sewing here as well. Snip. And that is going to do us for video 1 in this amigurumi along, this mystery amigurumi along. So we should have crocheted ourselves 1 part A, 1 part B, and with that I will see you in the next one for parts C and D. I think we're only crocheting parts C and D. I probably should have checked ahead before I said that, but anyway, I will see you in the next one.